imagine my surprise when I sat down to start recording my movie reviews for this month when I discovered that I had only watched two movies in the past 30 days. This is probably because there's some major life stuff happening. Also, we've been working our way through some TV shows, so I haven't been watching movies with Emily. These are just movies that I watched while I was like, you know, doing a little bit of other stuff. I watched, I'm ashamed to say, the only two movies I watched this month were John Wick 2 and John Wick 3, sequels to a movie I didn't even like that much. But let's just quickly talk about them. I think John Wick 2 was, it sort of felt like they spent the entirety of John Wick 2 just getting back to, they should have just finished John Wick 1 with the ending from John Wick 2, because it feels like it was sort of just meaningless up until the ending, when it like, then I felt like, oh, we had some good propulsion into John Wick 3, but it just sort of felt like we were doing John Wick 1 again a little bit, finding like excuses to do that, and then, finishing it out. I think there's the incredible moment when one of the people who shows up, like when John Wick arrives, and you have to call him John Wick, you can't just call him John. When John Wick arrives in Italy, one of the people he first meets, their first assumption as soon as they find out he's here is that he must be here to kill the Pope. It's the only option. I think this John Wick 2 like leans into how funny the premise can be of like, oh, he's just so good at murder that like he's like, it's like becomes comical. And then I think to like move into John Wick 3, I think the best parts of John Wick 3 are where it sort of plays with that even more. I think that the John Wick 3, lots of great sequences there, and I think it works a lot better being like, oh, he's like this harried kind of guy. Like he's in the first one, he's like this real like triumphant dude, and it's the transition into like, oh, I'm like so put upon. The final fights, especially him just getting shattered through glass like 8 times in a row. I laughed so hard at that. That was like funnier than some of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like their scenes is so funny, and just like him like just built like, okay, I gotta get up and fight these guys, I gotta get up and kill two more guys, just a sequence of that over and over again. And then like it just had that feeling of like the old Warner Brothers, like the Looney Tunes, like the sheepdog and the coyote clocking in, or yeah, sheepdog and coyote like clocking in at the start of like and end of episodes. It was really funny and really good. I think the more it sort of leans into that kind of like almost Jackie Chan-esque like thing, the funnier it is. My pitch for, I know I talk a lot of shit about reboots, but let me reboot John Wick, and I'm gonna bring his wife his wife is back from the dead, and he has a child, and he's like escaped this this world of super secret assassins, and he keeps getting like dragged back into it in different ways, but he's like having to like hide it from his wife and child, like on their trip to Orlando or like going to Disneyland or whatever, and just like having to do these crazy murder sequences while like going through It's a Small World. So unfortunately don't have any more movies to talk about. Kind of try and watch more movies next month, but honestly, who knows, life's crazy. Sometimes you just don't have the time. I hope that you have the time to watch some good movies. That's it. Goodbye. Adios. See you later. So long. Sayonara. Goodbye. Adios. See you later. So long. Sayonara. Goodbye. Adios. See you later. So long.